Hello students, now we are going to do Year-End Evaluation 2019, Grade 11, Department of Education, Southern Province, Paper 2. So you already know you get 3 hours and you get 2 parts, Part A and Part B. So you get 6 questions in Part A and 6 questions in Part B, but you have to do only 5 questions from each part. And when you consider marks, each question worth 10 marks. And you can spend 18 minutes per question. So in the first part, you get question number 1, 2 in first page and 3, 4, 5, 6 in the second page. And part B, question 7, 8, 9 in the third page, and fourth page you get questions 10, 11 and 12. So let's do the paper now. Let's do question number 1. An incomplete table is given below to draw the graph of the function y equals x squared minus 4x minus 1. Find the value of y when x equals 2. So you have to fill the blank and then draw the graph, and using the graph you have to answer these questions. So let's do question number 1 separately. Find the value of y when x equals 2. So you need to find out the value of y when x equals 2. So substitution. So we'll substitute x equals 2 squared minus 4 times 2 minus 1. 2 squared is 4. 2 squared is 4 minus 8 minus 1. 4 minus 9, you get minus 5. So this value is minus 5. Then second part, draw the graph of the function by taking 10 small divisions along both x and y axis as 1 unit. So we can take 10 squares 1 unit both sides. So starting from minus 1. So we can start from here minus 1, 0, then up to 5. So this is the y axis. So first we can draw the y axis. And then we'll label the y-axis. So starting from maximum 4 plus 4. So we can start from here 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, up to minus 5 we need to mark minus 5. Then you can draw the x-axis. X-axis is here. So we know that 10 squares is 1 unit. What is very small square? 1 over 10. That means 0.1. X-axis up to 5. And here this side negative 1. So now we have the scale. So you can write this way 0.1, 1 square, this way also 0.1. Now we can mark the points. Minus 1, 4. Minus 1, 4 is here. 0, minus 1. 1, minus 4. 2, minus 5. 3, minus 4. 4, minus 1. 5, 4. 5 with 4. So all points are there. Now we can connect smoothly. So what's my advice always? You can connect these 2 points with a ruler. That's all. Not the middle values. Here to here you can connect with a ruler. Here to here also connect with a ruler, and then you have to smoothly connect the other points. So starting from here you can do, starting from here you can draw up to this point and then up from this point to here. So here, now smoothly connect from here to here and here to here. So this is the curve. So how many marks for these two steps? You get 1 mark always for this finding answer here, and 3 marks for the graph. 1 mark for the scale, 1 mark for marking the points, and 1 mark for smoothly connecting the points. So 3 marks for that. And then it says describe the behavior of y when the value of x is in between 2 to 5. So x equals 2. X equals 2 is here. 5 is here. So y value here to here. So 2 different curves. We have to write separately. Y minus 5 to 0. What can you write? Y minus 5 to 0. Y is in between minus 5 to 0 here to here. It's increasing negatively. Increasing negatively. Then from 0 to 4, y equals 0 to 4. What can you say 0 to 4? That's also increasing, but increasing positively. Increasing positively. So that step, how many marks? So you get 2 marks for that. So let's do the next one. Let's take the next one. Express the function in the form y equals x minus a squared plus b. So easily we can write using the vertex point. So minus 5 and 2. X equals 2 and y equals minus 5. So easily you can write down the equation y equals x. This is 2 is there. So x minus 2 squared and then minus 5. Using the graph, write down the positive root of the equation x squared minus 4x minus 1 equals 0 and write down the value of root 5 to the first decimal place. So this is the graph x squared minus 4x minus 1. So write down the positive root value. So that means when y equals 0 on the x-axis, what are the points here? 3 squares to the right. So 4.3 and 0.2 minus 0.2. But we need only the positive answer. So x squared minus 4x minus 1, 0 means y equals 0. So x value is 4.3. So write down the positive root of the equation and write down the value of root 5 to the first decimal place. So you have to check the root value. Now here when you take this one, so what's the root value? So we have to check whether you are getting the same equation. So take this one, x minus 2 squared minus 5. When you expand, what you get? You get x squared. Then you get the middle term minus 4x plus 4 minus 5. So what's the answer? You get x squared minus 4x and then 4 minus 5, you get minus 1. So you get the same equation. So you prove that you are getting the same equation. Then you can use when y equals 0. What's the value here? We found out that's 4.3 value. So this is 0. So take 5 to the other side. That means x minus 2 squared is equal to 5. Take square root both sides. When you take square root both sides, you get x minus 2 equals plus or minus root 5. But we need only positive root 5. So positive root 5 is equal to x minus 2. Now we found out x equals 4.3. Just substitute 4.3 minus 2 is the root 5 value. So what's the value? Root 5 equals 2.3. So how many marks for this step? So you get 2 marks for writing down the equation x minus 2 squared minus 5. That's so you get 2 marks for that. And then writing the root, 1 mark, 4.3. And finally, when y equals 0, root 5 value is 2.3. That's how many marks? So here you get here only 1 mark for this step. So altogether 1 plus 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for the whole question. Let's do question number 2. This is about statistics question. So there are 3 parts. We'll do separately. Okay, so let's do the question. The production of the number of shoes during 40 days in a certain company is represented by the below frequency distribution by taking the midpoint of the class interval 55-69. That's this one as the assumed mean or any other method. So this one. Or any other method, find the mean number of shoes produced during a day to the nearest whole number. So we'll do the table first. So here this is number of shoes. And we have to find out the mid value of each interval. So that's, we'll take x and then frequency, that means number of days. 2, 5, 12, 8, 3. 2, 5, 10. So we missed one. 2, 5, 10, 12, 8, 3. And the intervals 10 to 24, 25 to 39 here. What are these numbers? Class boundaries or limits. So there's a gap in between. So we call it, these are class limits. 85 to 99. And we can find the total. So how you find out the mid value? You add the values and divide by 2. So we can do first 2 and get the pattern. So you get 34. 34 divided by 2, you get 17. So that means actually adding 7 to that. Again, we'll do another one. 9 plus, so 25 plus 39, you get 64. So what's the mid value? 64 divided by 2, 32. So when you add 7 to that, you get 32. So we'll do adding 7. 40 plus 7, 47. 55 plus 7, 62. 62 is this. 70 plus 7, 77. And 85 plus 7, you get 92. So those are the mid values. Now we need to take the deviation. So what is deviation? It says assumed mean take as this number, the midpoint of this interval 55 to 69. That's 62. So assumed mean is 62. So what's the deviation? X minus A. So we subtract the A value. So starting from here, so this is 0. So the difference is, what's the difference this way? 15. So subtract 62 and 47. 15. So that means this is minus 15, minus 30 and minus 45. What's the difference this way? Positive. So you get plus 15 and 30. So what's the total frequency? It's 40 days. So you get 40 here. Now we'll find out F into D. 2 times minus 45, that's minus 90. 5 times minus 30, minus 150. 15 times 10, that's minus 150. You get 0 here. 8 times 15, 120. 30 times 3, 90. And we'll find the total of FDs. So positive value you get 210. Negative values 0, 10, 19 and 3. 390 minus 210. 390 minus 210, what's the value? 180, but that's negative. Negative 180. So how can we find out the mean value? Mean is equal to assumed mean plus sigma FD over sigma F. Sigma means total number of FD over total number of F. Assumed mean is 62 and you get minus 180 over 40. So divide by 10. So you get 18. Here divide by 2. 9 over 2. So that means 62 minus 4.5. So what's the value? 62 minus 4.5. You get 5 here. And 1 remaining. So that's 61. And here we'll write here and subtract 62 minus 4.5. 5 and 1 here. So that's 5, 7 and this is 5. 57.5. 57.5 is the mean value. But we need to find out the value to the nearest whole number. So the mean number of shoes is equal to 58. By taking the mid value, so this is the mean number of shoes produced per day. So how many marks for this step? According to the marking scheme, you get 6 marks for that. Mid value 1 mark. Calculating FT 1 mark. Total minus 181 mark. and writing this down, 1 mark, substitution 1, and finding the answer correct to the nearest whole number, 1 mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marks for this step. So let's do the next one. Find the expected number of shoes will be produced during the next 60 days. So one day, how many shoes? 58. That's for one day, and multiply by 60 for 60 days. So total number of shoes, 0, 6 times 8, 48, 4 remaining, 6 times 5, 30 plus 4, 34. 3,480 shoes altogether. The mean cost of production of a pair of shoes is 1,200 rupees. The company expects to keep a mean profit of 480 from a pair of shoes. Find the profit percentage the company expects to gain. So this is both for pair of shoes. So 480 is the profit for 1,200 rupees. Then you multiply by 100%, you get the percentage profit. 1 0 get cancelled out, this 0 with this, 12 times 4, 48, 4 times 10, that's 40% is the profit percentage. So how many marks for these two steps? So you get 2 marks for this and 40%, 2 marks. So altogether earlier 6 marks and these 4, you get 10 marks. Question number 3. This is about percentage question and shares. So we'll do separately. Mr. Dharmadasa is a retired government worker. His pension gratuity is 2 million. He allocated his pension gratuity as given below. A portion of his gratuity used to buy 20,000 shares at market price of a share 40%, which pays 5 rupees per share as annual dividends. At the end of the year, after receiving the annual dividends, he sold out all his shares when the market price of a share is 50 rupees. Then he invested this total amount he received in another company to buy shares at the market price for 50 rupees per share, and annual dividends per share is 8 rupees. At the end of the year, after receiving the dividends, he sold out shares 60 rupees each and find the profit he received in this investment. So many companies. So we'll start from the beginning. A portion of his gratuity used to buy 20,000 shares at market price of a share 40 rupees, which pays 5 rupees per share as annual dividends. So first we'll find out the amount invested in the first company. Amount invested in, we'll put 1. 20,000 shares, each 40 rupees. So 20,000 into 40. So he spent 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 times 2, 8. 800,000 rupees for that. Then, so at the end of the year, the income from dividends. So what's the income from dividends? 20,000 shares, each one 5 rupees. So 100,000 rupees. Then at the end of the year, after receiving the annual dividends, he sold out all the shares when the market price of a share is 50 rupees. So that's the selling price. So what is the amount he gained from selling? Amount from selling is getting 50 into how many shares? 20,000 shares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 times 2, 10. So 1 million rupees. So what is the total amount he got it from the first company? Total amount. From first one, so this is 100,000 and this is 1 million. So 1 million and 100,000 rupees. So you have to add these two. So this and this. So that's the amount he got from selling all shares from the first company. And then what happens? Then he invested this total amount he received in another company to buy shares at the market price 55. Now we have to find out how many shares he bought from the second company. Number of shares. One, 0, 0. This is divided by 55 because the buying price is 55 there. So 11 times 1, 11 times 5. So you get 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 20,000 shares he bought. Then what's the dividend income from that company? Dividend income. From the second company. 20,000 shares. Each, how much? 8 rupees. 160,000 rupees. So that's the amount. And then at the end of the year, after receiving the dividends, he sold out shares. So what's the income he is getting from selling? Amount after selling. So 20,000 shares, each with 60 rupees. One, 2, 3, 4. 6 times 2, 12. So what's the value? 1,200,000 rupees. Now what happened? Find the profit he received in this investment. So you have to find out the total income now. Total income. So you have to add this amount, 1,200,000 plus the income from dividend, 160,000 rupees. 0, 0, 0, 0, 6 and 3, 1. 1,360,000 rupees income. So how much he spent to buy shares? He spent 800,000 rupees. So here you have to subtract that amount to get the profit. So profit is 1,360,000 rupees minus 800,000 rupees. You get 560,000 rupees is the profit amount. So let's give marks. So you get altogether 7 marks for this whole step. So what's the question? They're asking the amount, find the profit he received in this investment. So 7 marks. So we'll give each step 1 mark. So finding this amount, 1 mark. And then 100,000, 1 mark. Then total, 1 mark. And 20,000 number of shares. Here, not rupees, this is just number of shares. So you can write not the value in rupees, that's number of shares. So you can get 1 mark there. And then you get 1 mark for finding the dividend income. And again, you get 1 mark for 1,200,000 rupees. And the total, and subtract the invested amount, you get another 1 mark. Now see whether altogether 7 marks for this question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 for this part. So let's see the next one. Part B, the remaining amount of his gratuity is deposited in a bank for 2 years, which pays 15% annual compound interest rate. Find the profit he gained after 2 years from this. So the remaining amount we have to find. So what's the remaining amount? So we need to find out the remaining amount. So what's the remaining amount? Now we need to find out the remaining amount. So what was the amount? So he invested. So here his pension gratuity is 2 million and he spent 800,000 rupees. So the remaining amount is 2 million minus 800,000 rupees. You get 1,200,000 rupees. That's the remaining amount. Now he deposited that amount in a bank for 2 years, which pays 15% annual compound interest rate. So he needs only the profit he gained after 2 years from this, only the profit. So what is the profit after 1 year? So profit after 1 year. So 15% of this value, 1,200,000 rupees. So 2 zeros and you get 1, 2, 3 zeros. 12 times 15. 15 times 12. 10 into 2. You get 180. So that means this is 180,000 rupees. That's the profit after 1 year. So this is compound interest. So what's the amount after the first year? We need to add these two. So amount after first year, 1,200,000 rupees plus 180,000 rupees. You get 1,380,000 rupees. Now again we have to calculate the profit again, 15% annual compound interest rate. So here profit for the second year, profit for second year is equal to 1,380,123 into 15% again. 2 zeros. So we'll put 2 zeros here and 138 into 15. 10 and 5. You get 5 times 8, 40, and 5 times 3, 15, plus 4, 19. 5 times 1, 5, plus 1, 6. 270. So what's the value? 207,000 is the profit after the second year. So that's what we need. So find the profit he gained after 2 years from this. So the total profit, we have to add the 2. So this is the profit after first year. This is after second year. So we need total profit. Total profit is equal to 207,000 plus the profit after first year. That's 180,000. The total profit is equal to this much. So 387,000 rupees. So we'll give marks for this now. We gave 7 marks for the previous step and only 3 marks you are getting. 3 marks. Now what's the easiest way to do that without finding interest separately? You can do this way as well. If you can find out the total amount after 2 years using this method. So 120,000 rupees into 115 over 100 and again 115 over 100. That's the total amount. And then you subtract 1,200,000 from this. That's the total profit. That way also you can do. So this is the total profit. So I did separately finding the interest after first year, after second year, and then adding the 2. So both ways you get the same answer. Let's take the next question. Question number 4. So this is about scale diagrams, angle of elevation. So we'll do this part. A is the top of flat which 20 meters in height. So this is the flat. And B is the bottom of the flat. CD is a pole. This one. Angle of elevation of the top of the pole from A here to here is 35. So you can mark So you can mark this angle as 35. And the angle of depression of the bottom of the pole A from A is 40. So looking down, angle of depression, that's equal to 40 degrees. This one. A and CD are on the same vertical plane. So all these are the same vertical plane. Find the lengths of BC. This length, we'll put X there. And DE. DE is this height to the nearest whole number. I'll put Y there. And then find the angle of elevation of D seen from B. If you draw the diagram, this is like BC and this is CD, and we need to find out the angle of elevation. This angle theta here to here. So this is D and C. So we have to find out three things: X, Y, and angle of elevation theta. So we have to use the proper trigonometric ratio. So first we'll try to find out X using AEC triangle. So this is X, means this is also X. To this triangle, this is adjacent, and to this angle, this is adjacent, and this is this one, opposite. So what is the ratio you can use? So it's better we take this angle rather than taking 40, because when you take tan 40 from here, this is 20. 20 divided by X. So X becomes, you have to divide by tan value. So then you need to again refer log tables. It's better to take other way around. If this is 40, this angle is 50. So I'm using 50 angle. So tan 50, I can write, now the opposite is X. Adjacent is 20. So now you can just multiply by 20. X is 20 times tan 50. Now refer the tangent tables and get the tan 50 value. Tan 50 from the second table, .1918. 1.1918. So multiply by 2. Put 0 and multiply by 2. 2 times 8, 16. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3. 2 times 9, 18. 1 remaining. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3. 2 times 1, 2. So 4 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is 23.83. But you have to give the nearest whole number. So 24. 24 meters is X. That's the first value. Now we have to find out Y. Now look at carefully now. X we know. 35, you can take this ADE triangle. What's the ratio opposite and adjacent? Again, you can use tan. So tan 35 now. Tan 35 is Y over X. X is 24. So what's the Y value now? 24 times tan 35. So tan 35 value. Again, refer the table. Tan 35 is 0.7002. So you have to multiply by 24. 7002 multiplied by 24, 20. So 20 and 4. So 0, 2 times 2, 4, 0, 0, 2 times 7, 14. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 7, 28. You get this value and put 4 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, 4, 16.8048 to the nearest whole number, that's 17 meters. So that's the y value. So we found out y. Y is DE. And X means BC. We found these two values. Now we can find the angle of elevation. So to this triangle, we can use tan ratio again. Opposite and adjacent. Tan theta is DC. We found y is 17 and 20. Altogether 37. Divide by x is 24. Now we need to use long division and find out the ratio. So we'll do it here. 37 divided by 24. That's 1. 30. So for 130, how many 24s? 5. 5 times 4, 20. 2 remaining. 5 times 2, 10 plus 2, 12. Now 10 remaining. So 100, how many 24s? 4. 4 times 4, 16. And 4 times 2, 8 plus 1, 9. Now 4 remaining. For 40, that's 1. That's 24. You get 6. For 60, you need 2. 8, 4. So what's the next one? 12. Again 120, you get 5. Now here, better to take 1.5413 because the next digit is 5. We need to add 1 to that. Now we can find the tan inverse value, 1.5413. Refer the tangent table and see where you get 1.5413. 1.54. We need 1.5413 here. See, 5399 there. Subtract. So we need 14. 14 from here. We can take 2 because this is 10. So 2. 57 degrees and 2 minutes. 57 degrees and 2 minutes is the angle. 57 degrees and 2 minutes. That's the angle of elevation. So how many marks for these steps? So you are getting 1 mark for the diagram. The scale, not the scale diagram, just marking the angles. You get 1 mark. And then you get 3 marks for finding 24 meters and 3 marks for finding the y value, that's DE, 17 meters, and the angle of elevation 57 degrees and 2 minutes, another 3 marks. So 9 plus 1, 10 marks for the whole question. Let's do question number 5. This is about constructing equation, simultaneous equation, and you have to solve it and then solving inequalities. So we'll do the first part. 65 students who went on a trip bought lunch packets from a shop. A set of students bought lunch packets with vegetables and price of that lunch packet is 80 rupees. Other bought lunch packet with fish and its price is 140 rupees. The total cost the lunch packets is 7,600 rupees. By taking the numbers of students who bought lunch packets with vegetables. So students who took vegetable, that's X, and number of students who bought fish packets, that's Y. Build up a pair of simultaneous equations. So we have to read it again and construct the equation. So how can you write down the equation? 65 students who went on a trip bought lunch packets. So that means total number of lunch packets is 65. So X plus 5 you can write 65. That's your first equation. What's the second one? The price of vegetable lunch packet is 80. So how many packets are there? X. So 80x plus how many fish packets? That's Y. Y number of students. Each packet is 140. So 140y is the total cost. That's 7,600 rupees. So we can divide by 20. Divide the whole equation by 20. What you get? This is 4x, 7 divide by 20, that means 7y. Divide by 20, that means 380. So that's your second equation now. Now how you solve the two equations? You have to make the coefficients equal. So what is the easiest way? We can multiply the first equation by 4. So therefore you get the coefficient of x. Both are equal, same sign. What you have to do? You have to subtract the two equations. So first we'll multiply the first one by 4. 4x plus 4y equals 65 times 4. 4 times 6, 24 plus 2, 26. Now we can subtract the two equations. Which way is easy? So this is bigger. So 2 minus 3. 4x get cancelled out. 7y minus 4y. You get 3y. 380 minus 260. You get 120. So divide by 3. You get y. So 120 divided by 3, 40. So that means 40 students bought fish lunch packets. Now substitute 40 in one of the equations and find x. So we'll take the first one. That's the easiest one to substitute. So when you take the first one, x plus 40 is equal to 65. Take 40 to the other side, you get 65 minus 40, 25. So that means 25 students bought vegetables lunch packets. So that's what we need to find out. So we'll write down again 25 students bought, that's X, vegetable lunch packet, and Y is 40. 40 students bought fish lunch packets. So how many marks for this question? So you are getting 7 marks for the whole thing. So 2 marks for writing down the two equations. These two, 2 marks. And the rest you get for solving. So solving, 2 marks for finding Y, 2 marks for finding this, and writing down 25 and 40. So you get 1 mark there. So altogether 7 marks. So we'll do the next part. Now this is about inequalities. So you have to first solve it and then mark all the solutions on the number line. So we'll first solve it. Take minus 2 to the other side. You get 7 plus 2, that's 9. Divide this by 3. You get x is less than or equal to 3. So how you draw the number line? So we can draw the number line. So mark 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, and then this is equal to 3. So we draw a solid circle and we can mark it. So this is less than. Less than 3 means this way. So all possible answers to the left. So how many marks? You get 3 marks there, 2 marks for solving this inequality and 1 mark for showing on a number line. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Question number 6. So we have to find out the area. So we'll read the question. Length of the rectangular lamina is x plus 8. So that's the length. And breadth is 5 units. From the rectangular lamina, a right-angled isosceles triangular part has been removed. That's the pink part. The area of the remaining part is 50 square units. Show that the value of x satisfied by the equation x squared minus 10x plus 20, and then using the formula or any other method, find the value of x and then find the area of the rectangle. So we have to form an equation. So what they say, area of the remaining part is 50 square units. So we can construct an equation there. Area of the rectangle, that's x plus 8 into 5, length into breadth, minus area of the triangle, that's a right angle triangle, half into x into x. That's the area of the triangle. This is equal to 50 square units. Now we need to simplify this. Multiply the whole equation by 2. You get 2 times 5, 10. X plus 8 is there, and here x into x squared is 2 times 50, that's 100. Open brackets, 10x plus 80 minus x squared is equal to 100. We'll take all terms to the other side because we need positive x squared. So you get x squared minus 80 minus 10x plus 100 equals 0. X squared minus 10x minus 80 and plus 100, that's plus 20, is equal to 0. So that's the equation we need. Now they say using the formula, solve the equation. So what's the formula? Can you remember? If it's quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c is 0, you can use the quadratic formula. Minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now substitute the values. So a is 1, b is minus 10, c is 20. So x is equal to minus b, so plus 10, plus or minus 10 squared minus 4 into 1 into 20 over 2a. A equals 1. 10 plus or minus. 4 times 20 is 80. 100 minus 80, 20. Square root 20 divided by 2. 20 you can simplify. What's the square number? 4. 4 times 5. So you can write 10 plus or minus 4 times 5 here over 2. When you take square root, you get 10 plus or minus 2 root 5 over 2. Now divide both numbers by 2. 5 plus or minus root 5. Now you get 5 plus or minus root 5. So we need to find out. Now substituting plus root 5, what's the answer given? 2.2. So here we'll find out both solutions. So x becomes 5 plus 2.2 or 5 minus 2.2. So 2.2 is the answer for root 5. So what are the possibilities? You get 7.2 or you get 2.8. But this is x means, now look at the diagram. Look at the diagram. X is this value. Can you get a value more than 5? 7 point something. You can't take x as 7 point something because this is smaller. So you have to take the smaller value for x. So we can write x should be less than 5. So therefore x becomes 2.8. Only this answer you have to take. What is the question? Find the value of x and then find the area of the rectangle. So what's the area of the rectangle? X plus 8 into 5. Area of the rectangle is x plus 8. 2.8 plus 8 into 5. You get 10.8 into 5. 40 and 1. So 1 decimal place. So 54 square units is the area of the rectangle. So we'll see how many marks for this. So you are getting So you are getting 2 marks for creating this equation and then 5 marks for solving this part. Up to this point, you get 5 marks. So 7, and then finding area, you get 3 marks. So 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 3, 10 marks for this question. Question number 7. Now you have to again select 5 questions from these questions, 7 onwards. First term of an arithmetic progression is 4. 30th term, that means the last term is 120. So you are getting, this is arithmetic progression. So we'll do the first 2 parts. First term is 4. I can write A equals 4. 30th term, that means the last term, T 30 is 120. You can write using the first term. First term plus n minus 1. So that is 30 minus 1 is 29. Find the common difference. Solve the equation. So 29D equals, subtract 4 from 120, you get 116. So D equals 116 divided by 29. 4 times 9, 36, and 4 times 2, 8 plus 3, so 4. So the common difference is 4. In the second part, find the sum of the terms which remains after removing the terms which counts as multiples of 4. So that means you have to first find the sum of all terms and separately find out the sum of terms with multiples of 3, and you have to subtract. So first find sum of all terms. Sum of all terms. S30, because it says 30. 30th one is the last term. 30 divided by 2. First term 4. Last term 120. 30 divided by 2 into 124. 2 times 6 and 62 into 30. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 6, 18. 1860. Now we have to find out multiples of 3. Now what's the sequence there? So we get, starting from 4, difference is 4. So you get multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, like that, up to 120. But we need to select multiples of 3. So what's the first multiple? You get 12. And what's the second multiple of 3? So you get 16 plus 4, 20, 24, like that. So 24 is the next number. So likewise you get up to 120. So these are multiples of 3. Now we'll find out how many numbers are there. So Tn, that's 120. First term, that's 120 equals, so here first term is 12 plus n minus 1 d. D is now 24. 24 minus 12, that's 12. So 12 here, you can find out 12n minus 12 12 get cancelled out. N becomes 120 divided by 12. That's 10. So 10 terms are there. Those are multiples of 3. So what's the sum of those 10 terms? 10 divided by 2. First term is 12. Last term is 120. So you get 10 over 2 into 2, 3, 132 divided by 2, 66, and the total is 660. So what is the sum of other numbers? It says find the sum of the terms which remains. So sum of the other terms, you have to subtract these two. So 1860 minus 660. So sum is equal to 1860 minus 660. You get 1200 is the sum. So how many marks for these steps? So you are getting D equals 4, 2 marks, and S30, 1862 marks, and then 6 marks for the other step. So here identifying multiples of 3, that's 1 mark, and then finding number of terms, 1 mark, and 660, the total, 1 mark there, and another 1 mark, 2 marks there, and last part 1200 is 2 marks. Now see, altogether 10 marks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's altogether 10 marks. Question number 8. So that's a construction question. So you can use only pair of compasses and straight edge. That's the ruler. So there are 5 parts. We'll do that. Use only a straight edge with centimeter millimeter scale and a pair of compasses for the following constructions. Show the construction lines clearly. So construct the triangle PQR such that PQ is 6 centimeter, PR is 5 centimeter, and QPR 60 degrees. So we'll do that. First take the ruler and draw a line, and then we have to take 6 centimeter length. So take the compass and the ruler. We need to measure 6 centimeters now. So keep the compass on top of the ruler and we can measure the length. 6 centimeters. And you keep on the line and you draw an arc here, and again keep on top of that point and you mark the other point. So that's the line PQ. That's 6 centimeter length. Now QPR angle. P angle is 60 degrees. So you take the compass and you have to construct 60 degree angle at P. So take any distance, draw an arc here, an arc in the middle like, and then again take the same distance and you can draw the other arc. So we found out the intersecting point. So you connect that intersecting point with P. That's 60 degree angle. Now we did that. Now PR is 5 centimeter length. So take the compass and measure 5 centimeter length. And you can find the R point. So 5 centimeter length. You keep on top of P and mark the other point. So this point is R. So that's 5 centimeters. So we can connect PR, RQ point so that you get the PQR triangle. So that's the first step. Construct the perpendicular bisector of PQ and QR. And then construct the circle which passes through PQR. So you can find the center by constructing perpendicular bisectors, and then you can draw the circumcircle. So what you do? You take the compass and we need to bisect PQ. Take a distance more than half of the length. You draw an arc below and above. And also do the same thing by keeping the compass on top of the Q point. So you have this and this point. So that's one perpendicular bisector. Now we have to draw the other perpendicular bisector. So we'll take again certain distance and you can draw the arc above and below. Again, keep on top of Q and draw the other arc. This one and this one. Now we'll connect the lines, these points. So this one with this one. So that's one perpendicular bisector, and this one with this one. That's the other perpendicular bisector. So the intersecting point of these two is the center of the circumcircle. So we'll take the compass and we can take any distance, either OQ or 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 OP. That's the radius. So we'll take this distance and this should pass through all the points. So we'll draw the circle. That's called the circumcircle, passes through all the 3 points. So that's the second part. Then part 3, construct a tangent to the circle at Q. So we have to draw the tangent here and name the intersection point of the perpendicular bisector of QR. That's this one. And the tangent as S. So we have to draw the tangent line. So we know radius is perpendicular to the tangent line. So we'll draw the radius here to here. Now we have to draw a perpendicular line to that. That's the tangent at Q. So we can take the compass and draw a perpendicular line. So we can take any distance from Q, draw an arc here, an arc on the other side, and we have to take certain distance and find out the other intersecting point. So we'll draw an arc here. So we will do both ways so that you get the tangent line. So we'll draw an arc here, keep it on top of this point and draw this arc and this arc. Now we have 2 points. Now you can connect it. That's the tangent. So here we can connect this point and this point. So that's the tangent line, and it says the intersecting point of the tangent line and the perpendicular bisector is S. This point is S. So we'll give marks for these steps. So what are the marks? So 3 marks for drawing the triangle PQR. That's first part. Then perpendicular bisectors, again 3 marks. And the tangent drawn at Q. That's just 1 mark. So 7 marks for that. And we'll do the next part. Fourth part, state the relationship between the SR line and the circle with reasons. So here SR, S and R. What can you say about that? So those are the tangents drawn from the outside point S. So what can you say about the tangents? So both are equal. SR is equal to SQ. With reasons, you can say tangents drawn from an outside point are equal in length. Then the next one, without measuring, write the value of RQS. RQS, this angle, RQS, this angle. We need this angle and write the reason for the answer. Look at carefully. This is the angle between the tangent and the RQ chord. That should be equal to this angle. Alternate segment theorem. So according to alternate segment theorem, you can write down RQS is equal to 60 degrees. Alternate segment theorem. So, how many marks for these two? So, you get 2 marks for writing this one and 1 mark for this value. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 10 marks for the construction question. Question number 9. So, this is circle theorems you have to use. Proofs are there. So, we'll do it. HE is a tangent to the circle. AEC angle is bisected. AEC angle is bisected by EB line. So that means if this is x, this is also x. Take AB is equal to AE. These two lengths are equal. If AE is y value and FEA is x, state the value of CBG. This angle, in terms of x and y. Now look at carefully. This is this triangle ABE. If this is x, this is also x. That's isosceles triangle. And then what else we can say? This y and this x and x, 2x, you get this exterior angle. So what's this angle? 2x plus y. Then this is a cyclic quadrilateral. The sum of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180. So you can easily find out that angle. So we'll write down all these. ABE angle is x. Isosceles triangle. Then you can write CDA. 2x plus y. That's exterior angle. Then we can write CBG angle plus x plus 2x plus y is equal to 180. Opposite angles. Of a cyclic quadrilateral. Then simplify. So CBG angle becomes 180 minus x and 2x, that's 3x, and minus y. So that's the angle in terms of x and y. So how many marks for that part? So you are getting, so how many marks for that part? You are getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marks for that. So 6 marks for finding this angle. So 6 there. So each part you get 2. The next one. Show that the triangle AFG is an isosceles triangle, the small triangle. So we'll draw it. This triangle is an isosceles triangle. So how can we find out? So the two angles should be equal. So here, this is x, this is y, so this is x plus y. What else we can say? Look at carefully. This is y. This is y and this is also y, according to alternate segment theorem. Now we can see, now look at carefully, this triangle, this is x, this is y. So this is the exterior angle. So this is the exterior angle of these two. So this is x, this is y. So this is also x plus y. Now can you see? Two angles are the same. So this is an isosceles triangle. So we have to write down everything. So we can write down AFG angle is equal to x plus y. That's exterior angle. And also you can write AGF angle. That's also x plus y. That's the exterior angle to the other triangle. So the two angles are equal. So therefore, you can say opposite sides are equal. AG is equal to AF. So that means AFG is an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. So you get 4 marks for that. So 4 marks for these steps. So 1 mark for each step. So altogether 10 marks for that question. Question number 10. So this is about proofs again. You get triangles. So 4 parts are there. So we'll do separately. PQR and RST triangles are equilateral triangles and QRT angle is X. So PQR. So we'll mark all sides are equal and angles are 60 degrees. So all these sides are equal. And RST. RST also equal. All sides are equal. Write the value of PRS. PRS, this angle, in terms of x. So this is an equilateral triangle. So this angle is 60 degrees. And also, when you take PQR triangle, this angle also 60 degrees. So what is this angle? That is TRU angle is 60 minus x. But we need this angle. So again, this whole thing is 60. 60 minus x. So what's the angle? You get x angle. So we'll write that down. Write the value of PRS. PRS. So first we can find out TRU angle. TRU angle is equal to, this angle is 60 minus x. And then you can find out this required angle. PRS equals 60 minus x. So what you get? 60 get cancelled out and you get x. So PRS, again this angle is x. Part 2. Write the value of RQT. RQT, this angle. So what can you say about that angle? Look at carefully. This is 60 degrees because this is the right angle. This is an equilateral triangle. This is 60. And this is x. So what is this angle? 60 minus x, because the sum of opposite interior angles add up to 60. So you can write RQT angle is equal to 60 minus x, exterior angle. So how many marks for these two steps? 2 marks for finding this angle and 60 minus x, 2 marks. Show that QRT, which triangle? QRT, this triangle, and PRS and PRS triangle, this one, are congruent. Now, earlier we found this is 60 minus x, and we found this is x. Those are the two angles we found, and we need to find out the two triangles are congruent. So what are the two triangles? QRT triangle and PRS triangle. Now we know the sides are equal. So this length is equal to this length. And here when you take this small one, this length is equal to this length, is equal to this length. And so one length is there when you take this triangle, TQR triangle. So we'll write down first TR, length is equal to SR because of equilateral triangle. And also one angle is equal, this is X. That one also you can write TRQ is equal to SRP. That's X. And we can say this length is equal to this length. That's because of PQR equilateral triangle. PQR equilateral triangle. So we can say PR is equal to QR. So the other way around. So this side QR equals PR. So side, angle, side. So the angle is included angle. So these two are congruent. So QRT triangle is congruent to PRS triangle because of side angle side, SAS. And then fourth one, it says prove that PQRS this whole quadrilateral is a cyclic quadrilateral. So if it's a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles add up to 180. So we'll check that out. So we found out these two triangles are congruent. So what is this angle? So opposite to this double line angle is 60 minus x. So that means opposite to double angle. So this is also 60 minus x. And what about this one? Now this whole thing is 60. 60 minus that. So this becomes x. 60 minus x. That becomes x. And if we can find out this angle, this is the easiest one. So what is this angle? 180 minus these two. Find that angle and see whether this and this are equal to, the sum is equal to 180. So we'll do step by step. So we can write down TQR angle is 60 minus X, corresponding elements. And then you can find out that's PQR. That's the whole thing is 60. You don't need to even find out that angle. But the other angle, so how you find out this angle? Subtraction. So we can say PSR angle is equal to 180 minus sum of the other two angles, 60 minus X and X. So you get 180 minus 60, 120. Now we have PSR 120 and PQR 60 degrees. So we can write PQR plus PSR. What's the value? 60 plus 120. That's equal to 180. So that means opposite angles are supplementary. So what it means? 180. Opposite angles are supplementary. So therefore, PQRS is a cyclic quadrilateral. So how many marks? So we did 2 parts here. So you get 3 marks for proving that these two triangles are congruent. So 3 marks there. And then 3 marks for showing that this is a cyclic quadrilateral. So 6 and 4, 10 marks for that question. Question number 11. Diameter of the base of a solid iron cylinder is 21 centimeters and height is 14. So this is a cylinder. So we can just mark the length. So this is diameter is 21 and the height is 14. By melting that cylinder, 5 solid spheres. Five solid spheres are made without any wastage of iron. Assume that there isn't any volume change in this process. If the radius of the sphere is r, show that r equals this, and using the logarithm table find the value of r to the first decimal place. Volume of the cylinder with bar, radius r and height h is pi r squared h, and the sphere volume is 4/3 pi r cube. So you can use those formulae. So what is the volume of this? Pi r squared h. Pi, you don't need to write down the value. Pi r squared, that's 21/2. H is 40. That's equal to 5 times the volumes of one sphere. The volume of one sphere, 4/3 pi r cube. That's equal. Volume of this is equal to 5 times the volume of the sphere. Now simplify, pi get cancelled out. 2 times 7. And we can find out r cube. R cube is 3 times 21, 21 and 7 there. Below you get 5, 4. And here you get this 2 as well. Now try to simplify. So look at the answer. 21 should be in the numerator. And that means here we can see that 7 times 3, 21. So you get 21 to the power 3 there in the numerator. And below you need 40. So 5 times 4, 20 times 2, 40. Now take cube root both sides. R becomes cube root of this is 21. Here you get cube root of 40. So R equals that. And then using the logarithms table, find the value of R to the first decimal place. So we'll use logarithms. I'll do it here. So take log both sides. Log R becomes log of 21 LG minus cube root means 1/3 log of 40. So log 21, that's 1 point something. So 21, 0. So 21, 0 is 3222 minus 1/3 of log 40 means 1 point something, 40, 0. 6021. Now divide by 3. This one. 3 times 5, 15. For 10, that's 3, 9. For 12, that's 4. For 1, 0. And for 10, 3. But you don't need to write down the fifth decimal place. You can just subtract. 1.3222 minus 0.5340. 8, no, not 8, 2, 8, 8, 7, 0.7882. So how you find out R antilog of 0.7882. Now refer the table, log table 7882. That's second table. It's there already. 7882 is 61, 4. 61, 4. This is 0 point, so this is 6.14 is the radius. This is correct to 2 decimal places, so we need just 1 decimal place, first decimal place. So we can round it. So 6.1 centimeters is the radius of this sphere. So we'll see how many marks. So this is the whole question. So you are getting marks from the beginning. Constructing equation. Volume of cylinder, multiplication, all these. So you get 4 marks for proving this one. 4 marks. Then you get marks for finding using logarithms. So 6 marks for that. Taking log values and then referring to table. So this is 1 mark and 1 mark. And subtraction, and you get 7.7 something, that's 1 mark. Anti-log value 1 mark, and this is also rounding 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and plus 4, 10 marks for that question. So let's take the last question, question number 12. That's a set question, Venn diagram and sets. So here you get 5 parts. So we'll do separately. For a teacher training college, 280 students are entered for the courses Science, Mathematics and Primary. So here 280. So 280 comes here. Mathematics and Primary courses are conducted in both Sinhala and English mediums. That's Mathematics and Primary. But Science courses is conducted only in English medium. So that should be this one. Inside the English medium, circle. Copy the above Venn diagram, name the remaining set. So this is the Science set. Represent the below data in the above Venn diagram. 100 students study mathematics. So 100 here. And 140 students study in English medium. 140 here. 80 students study a primary course in Sinhala medium. That means outside this English medium circle and outside mathematics. So primary Sinhala medium, that's 80 students. So this is 80. How many students study mathematics course in Sinhala medium? Now we have to find out the values. So we'll see. 280 minus 80 is these two circles. Now how can we find out the intersection? We can add 100 plus 140. You get 240. But you need to get 200 because 280 minus 80, 200. So the extra is here. So 240 minus 200. That means 40 students here inside this part. If this is 40, the whole thing is 100. 100 minus 40, that's 60. Then can we fill the other one? You can't fill. So we know that if this is 40, these two 100. But we can't write down exactly which part is 100. So we'll keep like this and read the questions. How many students study mathematics course in Sinhala medium? Mathematics, but not here. So 60 students study mathematics in Sinhala medium. If the number of students who study science in English medium is twice the number of students who study mathematics in English medium. So mathematics in English medium, that's 40. So the science students are twice of that. So that means this is 80. 40 times 2. Now we can fill the other gap. So the whole thing is 140. This is 40. That means this is 80 and this is 20. Now we can fill the values. Now what's the question they ask? Find the number of students who study primary in English medium. So English medium circle, but outside the science one. So that means 20. So the answer here is 20 for that. So we'll see how many marks for this question. So in this question, 20, 80, 40, 60, all included. Naming the set science, only 1 mark. And 100, marking all the values 100, 140, 80. Everything you get 4 marks for the diagram. and 60, just 1 mark, and 20, 1 mark. So 4, 5, 6, 7 marks for that. So now we'll take the next part. Then it is decided to conduct science in both mediums. 30 students who learned science in English medium entered for the course science in Sinhala medium. Represent this new data in another Venn diagram. So first we need to have an idea about the numbers. So 80, 60, 40, 20. So we'll write down the numbers 80, 60, 40, 20, and this was 80, and this was science, English medium, mathematics. Now it says out of 80 students in science, 30 students moved to Sinhala medium. Now you have to draw the new Venn diagram. So we'll try to draw the new Venn diagram. So that means we have to draw 3 circles now. Not the science circle, not inside the English medium circle. So you have to draw 3 separate circles. Something like this now. Now we can label it, this is science and English medium and then mathematics. So this side is same as before. So mathematics 60, this is 40 and 80 outside. That's the same. And here English and mathematics 40, that's correct. Now what happens, out of 80 of science students, 30 is doing in Sinhala medium. So this is 30. So this becomes 50, 80 minus 30. Now English medium altogether 140. So 50 plus 40, 90, 140 minus 90, you get 50 here. So now this is the new Venn diagram. So we'll see how many marks for that. So you get 30, 50, 40, 60, 80. So you get 3 marks for that. So drawing the new Venn diagram, 3 marks. And make sure that you write down 280 above, altogether same thing, 280. So that's the last question in this paper. So we covered all 12 questions in paper 2. So what you have to do, first do the paper and then watch my video to check your answers.